Hey guys, welcome to Seer Generation. My name is Manny. Today I want to talk to you about the real estate market, and I want to take a look at whether we are in a bubble or not. Is there a crash coming? I know that there's a lot of people that have looked at these prices right now for homes and for let's say investment properties, and they're getting scared. They're getting scared that the prices are too high and that eventually there's going to be a crash and they're going to lose out on what could potentially be in the future a good deal. So I want to first take a look at a quick video that I found from Dave Ramsey, and we can talk through it, you and I together. So let's take a look.
And you know real estate, of course, and this market's crazy. I know nothing about it. So we're looking to see if we should sell now.
So this guy right now is looking to see if Dave has a crystal ball and can tell him if the when he should buy, right? When he should sell. So.
And buy later, being that we have the available funds for a down payment and we have a place to live in the interim for free.
All right, so basically what he's saying is that him and his wife are ready to invest or move to another location, and he just wants David to basically tell him, should he sell now, wait out the market, and potentially catch some type of crash where he would get a better price than what he would if he buys right now.
As far as future predictions, will the market go down later? Should we sell our house, go live with him, and then buy later? What are your thoughts on that?
I do not think this is a bubble. And I think
So
the craziness will slow and the rate of increase in prices will slow.
Yeah, so I agree with Dave here. I don't think that we are in a bubble. There's a few different reasons why right now the prices of homes and property is so high. Number one, and the biggest factor is that there isn't enough inventory for the demand. There are not enough houses coming out on the market to meet the demands of all the people that are looking. So that is obviously going to always bring up the prices, right? Supply and demand. The second reason why prices today are rising is because since all this stuff happened recently, one of the ways where the government is trying to make it easier for people and trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to encourage you to continue to invest in the market is by lowering down the rates. Now, the rates right now are in historic lows, which then also is going to drive up the price, because since the interest is low, that means that the mortgage is going to still be low enough for you to be able to purchase if they increase the price. So let's see.
Florida are going to go down dramatically anytime in the next decade.
Okay,
what that means is if you...
Dave just crushed his dreams.
and step out of the market,
flooding the market, but
yeah, what that means is as you step out of the market, every day you wait to get back in, the prices are going up for the rest of your life.
All right, so let's end it here because that's where the bulk of the information is. So long story short, this guy essentially wants a crystal ball, and he wants to be able to time the market perfectly, where he sells his home high, reaps in all those rewards, and he times it in such a point where the market will go down enough that he will then be able to get a great deal again in buying. Now, here's the thing. Ultimately, we don't know where this market is going to go. We can have educated guesses and very good predictions, but you don't know when and how these prices are going to drop. Now, people are today still remembering what happened in 2008, and you got to remember that this was probably once in a lifetime event. because of the way that the banks were handing out loans and a lot of the sketchy stuff that was happening at that time. There were a lot of things that came into place right at the same time where this crash happened. And you also got to remember, just because it was a crash doesn't mean that one, you had the cash available to purchase a property, and two, when that crash happened, it was very hard for people to get loans. So even if you were part of this crash, it doesn't mean that the bank would be willing to lend you the money. So for people, the people that took advantage of that crash had a ton of cash available to them and were able to get financing based on prior relationships that they had built over time, for the most part. Now, once you get to 2010, 11, 12, banks were now back to lending how they used to. So here's the thing, bottom line, same as the stock market, you can't time these things. And if there's one thing that I've learned from reading books and from listening to podcasts is ultimately there will always be a deal to be had if you are looking and you get creative. Don't wait for the market to dictate when you invest. Learn, understand how real estate works, understand the strategies that can go into it that will allow you to make more money in these investments. There's always a deal to be had. It's just the people that have done the research, the people that get creative with the way that they do things, those are the people that end up making great deals. I'll give you an example. Even in this market, I've purchased properties and they're doing extremely well. One of the most common things that you should be looking out for is off-market deals. These are deals that are not in the MLS. When you deal, and I've done 2 of these in my lifetime thus far, but when you're dealing with off-market deals, you don't have extra competition. It's just you and the other party trying to come up with a price that works for the both of you. So focus on that. Focus on marketing. Try to find a realtor that focuses on finding off-market deals, because that's going to be your best bet when it comes to getting a bigger bang for your buck. And along with that is be creative. If you are renting out your properties, or if you're managing your properties the same way that everybody is managing their properties today, you're not going to make any money. I know of somebody that purchased a 2 family property at the price that the market dictates today, where most people would lose money and not be able to make their mortgage just based on the rental. And they today are making a 15 to 20 grand profit every year off of that property. But this 2 family is set up in such a way where they can not only rent each individual unit, but there's also essentially a room that ends up being part of the hallway, where they're able to rent out that single room separately from everything else. So they have the rental income of the 2 floors, plus they have these 2 other rooms that they're renting out separately, and they're making a killing doing that. So bottom line is this: we don't know if and when, or if there will ever be another crash like we saw in 2008. But if you wait, you will be waiting and waiting. And while you wait, you could have been making money. You could have been investing. You could have had your money working for you. So don't wait. Learn, understand, get creative, and make your investments. All right, guys, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that this at least pushes you to consider investing today and looking at the market and the things that you could be doing today to get yourself into a property that will benefit you, that will not only benefit you, but also the generations to come. All right, catch you on the next one. Peace. I always forget this. If this was helpful for you, share this with people. I know that there are a lot of people that are scared today and they could really use this information. So share it out. Don't be selfish.